What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today doing what Gran Torino trained Izuku early, episode 2. In the last episode, we covered the start of My Hero Academia and the events that led to Gran Torino training Izuku much earlier than he did in canon. It ultimately resulted in Izuku achieving full Cal before entering UA. He also obtained some slightly different changes to his arsenal, which we covered in depth back in episode 1. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out, give it a like, and all that good stuff. Naturally, the All Might training arc would arrive, with the students all placing their costumes on. All the teams are randomized, where we get the typical matchups. I would have randomized all of these for real, but for this series, I'm going to keep everything that was randomized the same, as I think it will lead to better character interactions and much more changes. When entering the building, Izuku and Uraku begin to come up with a strategy to beat Bakugo and Ida. Since Izuku relies on using speedy attacks, it'd be best for Uraku to make him weightless. That way he can move extremely fast and use the momentum to throw harder attacks. As they move, Bakugo would rocket in, which Izuku had predicted. He activates full Cal as he catches Bakugo's arm and throws him over his shoulder like normal. He then tells Uraku to make him weightless, which she agrees to by tapping him. Izuku leaps at Bakugo as he begins to stand up and hits him hard in the face, flinging him into a wall at the back of the hallway. He then begins to try and use One for All to build pressure on his air gauntlets to blast Bakugo away if he comes back. He tells Uraku that they should go and get Ida while Bakugo is still recovering, but a loud scream from Bakugo down the hall alerts them both this won't be an option. Izuku tells Uraku to flee and he'll come help her when he can, which she agrees to, running away. As Bakugo rushes down the hall, he shoots an explosion at Izuku, which he ducks under to avoid. Then he lands an uppercut from hell, hitting the blonde in the jaw. To exploit that, Bakugo blasts Izuku point blank, knocking him backwards. Izuku realizes that he doesn't really have a strategy, and even though he's using One for All, Bakugo is still pretty strong. He decides to get some distance and strategize as he flees. Mimicking Gran Torino, Izuku bounces off the walls, roof, and floors, moving through all the hallways quicker than Bakugo can keep up with. He runs through the hallway, listening to the subtle shockwaves Izuku makes of his hardened souls. Izuku begins to remember his notes on how Aizawa works with his bandages, and decides to deploy a similar strategy to that. He finds Bakugo down the hallway and extends his tape as hard as he can. Bakugo turns to see this, as Izuku leaps hard, grabbing both ends, trying to wrap up Bakugo. He merely destroys the tape and blasts Izuku away. Bakugo grabs the pin from his grenade gauntlet and tells Izuku that he'll tear this place apart. As Bakugo prepares to pull out the pin, Izuku acts fast. He raises up both his gauntlets and fires a strong air pressure at Bakugo right as he pulls out the pin. The whole place goes up in an inferno as the explosion begins to swirl, hitting both Izuku and Bakugo as it bursts through the floors. All Might calls off the training for everyone as he rushes in to check on the duo, who were hit point blank with a blast. He finds Izuku and Bakugo both unconscious with their costumes ripped and with burn marks over their body. He calls Recovery Girl and tells her to get some medical rooms ready, as he grabs both boys, leaping away to where the medical wards are. Due to this incident, the training will be called off since both boys were injured. Recovery Girl begins doing her best to heal Izuku and Bakugo from their injuries. Since the attack was a lot closer to Bakugo, his injuries are far worse and take a lot longer to get healed. Although most of his injuries can be healed, it leaves a burn mark on his face. When they come to, they hear All Might's voice, but don't see him. Izuku knows that he's not in his buff form, but obviously doesn't mention that. He says that he's disappointed in the duo for their stunt they pulled at the training grounds. For that reason, there will be punishments. He's going to confiscate Bakugo's grenade gloves until further notice, as it was the main cause of all the trouble. He will also be giving both boys extra homework for a month. Toshinori would then leave from wherever he was talking from, and Recovery Girl would also follow suit, telling the both boys not to bite each other's heads off while she's gone. Once she leaves, Izuku expects for Bakugo to go berserk, but he doesn't. He just looks in the mirror at the scar left from them. Izuku apologizes for that, but Bakugo cuts him off, asking why he kept the secret that he had a quirk for all these years. Izuku tells him the same thing that he did in canon, which Bakugo is a lot more accepting of due to how strong Izuku is compared to how weak he was. He asks who gave him the quirk, and Izuku tells him he can't say, which annoys Bakugo, but he just tells Izuku whatever, and turns over. After a day or two in hospital, both boys will be allowed to leave, although their hero clothes have been wrecked from the explosion. Izuku will be given his Air Force gauntlet since they survived, but the rest of it will take a lot longer to be repaired. Like in canon, everyone would go to the USJ for survival training with 13. The League of Villains rock up and subsequently spread everyone out in the arena. Since Mineta was expelled, it would just be Izuku and Tsuyu in the water area. Yes, I said Tsuyu, not like last time. Let's forget about that. Just like normal, Tsuyu saves Izuku and they go onto the ship, where Izuku realizes they don't know their quirks. Izuku tells the Frog Girl that if they can make it to the land, then everyone will be a lot weaker. They also need to create a shipwreck to show them down. He activates full count and tells Tsuyu to get onto land, which she agrees to. Tsuyu leaps into the air and extends her tongue, which attaches to Izuku right as he punches the ship, causing it to begin to break apart and eventually fail under the pressure sent through it. It creates a whirlpool, sucking everyone up and taking them down, kinda like Canon. And just like in Canon, Shigaraki decays part of Aizawa's elbow and then goes to attack Tsuyu. Izuku goes to punch Shigaraki, and then Nomu leaps in the way. Then All Might shows up and tells Izuku and Tsuyu to get Aizawa and flee. Izuku tells Tsuyu to do that as he stays there to make sure All Might survives. As All Might and Nomu fight, Izuku attacks Shigaraki using full cowl, but Kurogiri makes a warp gate to throw him in front of All Might. Luckily, All Might manages to move his fists out of the way, but leads to Nomu grabbing both his arms and placing a foot on his back to apply pressure. Shigaraki comes in to kill them both, but luckily enough, Bakugo blasts him as Todoroki freezes Nomu, allowing All Might to break free. From there, the fight with Nomu happens very similar to Canon, except for one very key difference. All Might knows that the final members of One For All are about to leave his body, so he needs to make everything count. As his body slowly begins to shrink, he channels everything he can into his arm, and hits the Nomu with a United States of Smash, hitting the Nomu so hard that he's flung into orbit. Toshinori stands there in his skinny form, shocking everyone looking. Shigaraki laughs at the similar piece to just a weak, skinny man, and slowly approaches him, telling him that his death will be slow. The now quirkless man apologizes to the 4 students next to him, they failed them. As Shigaraki approaches the old man to decay him, Bakugo and Izuku both leap in and attack Shigaraki to get him away. Then the rest of the pro heroes arrive. Toshinori tells the boys that tomorrow they deserve an explanation about what happened. They need to meet him in his office tomorrow and he'll explain to them everything. It leaves them all in shock, especially Bakugo. All Might is his idol, and now he's gone. He also figures out that he gave Izuku his quirk and looks at the green-haired boy, stunned. Izuku realizes Bakugo knows and also looks back, stunned. The next day, the 4 all meet up in Toshinori's office, and he explains to them everything about he has One For All and how he gave it to another person. Bakugo cuts him off and says that it's Deku, and he confirms this. Now with Toshinori's quirk gone, the hero world is going to feel changes all the way down to the kids, and the villains all probably know Izuku is his successor, so they need to watch out for each other. Todoroki realizes that the new similar piece will be his father, which annoys him. The hero world is going to crumble if his father is at the top. Toshinori knows how corrupt Endeavor is, so he tells Shoto that he'll need to try and steer his father on the right path. This annoys him as he gets up and leaves. Kirishima explains that Toshinori is one of the most manly men he has ever met. It's so manly to lose your quirk to save everyone else, and that's exactly what he did. Such a brave soul. It makes Kirishima admire not only the Crimson Rider, but now All Might. And that's where I'm going to leave it here. Make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below subscribe in episode 3. If you like it, make sure you hit the like button, as, you know, it really does support the channel. And let me know if you want My Hero Academia content still on the channel. I tried to make it much more different than how everyone else would do stuff like this, and yeah, bye!